Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FATIN AISYAH binti Azman. My matric number is A18B1194. So today I will do the industrial training presentation. The place that I currently do my internship is at Wilma Kuantan Edibles Oil, Sdn Bhd. Okay. I will start with the background of industry. Wilma Kuantan Edibles Oil Sdn Bhd is the company which specific in oil refinery. There are two branches in Kuantan, Pahang, which is at Wilma Kuantan Edibles Oil Sdn Bhd Oil Refinery and Wilma Kuantan Edibles Oil Sdn Bhd Bulking Installation. For the bulking installation is for the tank storage and for the shipment. Since the location of the bulking installation is at Kuantan Port. At bulking, there are 21 tanks with the different capacity. The highest capacity is 5,000 tons. Meanwhile, the place that I do my internship, which is Wilma Kuantan Edible Oil Refinery, they only have 17 tanks with the highest capacity is 2,500. They need to dispatch the oil every day to the bulking installation to avoid the overflow. This company is located at Lot 1A Gebang Industrial Estate Gebang 26080 Kuantan, Pahang. It started their operation in 2018 and now have more than 80 workers. Before this, the facilities that have at Wilma Kuantan Oil Refinery is from the Kagil Palm Product. Kagil Palm Product also do the oil refinery, but after that, Wilma bought the facilities from Kagil Palm Product, and now the name for the company is Wilma Kuantan Edibles Oil Sdn Bhd. So for the Wilma Kuantan oil refinery, it's manufactured the refined palm oil, refined palm stearin, fatty acid, olein, crude palm kernel oil, and palm kernel expellent. I am at the operation department, and for the operation department, there are 3 staff, include the supervisor. This is at the office. Next, actually Wilma is one of the branch of the PGEO group. PGEO group is wholly owned by Wilma International Limited. Wilma International Limited, found in 1991, and the HQ is at Singapore, is a Asia leading agribusiness group. It is the rank amongst the largest list companies by market capitalization on the Singapore Exchange. For the Wilma strategy is an integrated agribusiness model that encompasses the entire value chain of the agriculture commodity business. For the PGO group, main activity is manufacturing of edibles oil. Okay, for the annually, PGO group refines more than 4 million metric tons of edible oil, and about 90% are export overseas to China, India, United States, Middle East, Pakistan, Japan, Philippines, Australia, and New Zealand. For the information, the PGO Group HQ is located at Pasir Gudang, Johor. Okay, next, PGEO also is one of the largest refinery in this country with 8 refineries in Peninsula and East Malaysia. So in the West Malaysia, there are 5 there are five refinery, which is Refinery Division Pasir Gudang, Lumut Division Perak, Pride Division Penang, Wilmar Edibles Oil Butterworks Penang, Wilmar Kuantan Edibles Oil Kuantan, which is my current internship place, and at the East Malaysia there are three, which is Bintulu Edibles Oil Sarawak, Sandakan Edibles Oil Sabah, and Lahad Datu Edibles Oil Sabah. Next, I will explain the unit or department involved in Wilmar Kuantan. Okay, there are human resource management, production, operation, finance, safety, maintenance, purchasing, and store. For the human resource management, they will for the welfare of the staff, for the leave application for the staff, and the recruiting and no, and the take the take the new staff is under human resource management. So next, production. This department is one who the responsible of the product produced. So any production in plant and KCP, whether uh, whether the product produced is refined palm oil or palm kernel expeller, is under production department. Next, operation department. This department include the dispatch for the receiving oils and the lab. They are responsible to working the lorry or tanker in and out, dispatch and receiving the oil, check and for the lab, they will check the spec of the product, whether can load or reject. Next, finance. Finance staff responsible to the staff salaries and make payment or receive payment from the supplier or for the customer. Next, safety. For the safety workers, they are responsible to keep the safety at the workplace. Next, maintenance. Maintenance, they need to uh, keep maintenance in for all the workplace, such as aircon or the maintenance of weighbridge. Okay, next, purchasing. The purchasing department will purchase the things that are already or that's out of stock, such as the things that always out of stock that they need to order is the pen, stamp pad, and also weighbridge ticket. So next is the lastly is store. Okay, the store department functionally to keep the old document, example for 2 years and above document in the store and other things. Okay, next is operating activities. So for the first step, as we can see, there is a fresh palm fruit bunches. This is a very fresh fruit, and this is a mill. Mill is the company that supplies the palm kernel and crude palm oil. For the information, Wilmar Kuantan will buy the palm kernel and crude palm oil to process for the process of manufacture uh, refined palm oil. So the mill and the supplier will process the fresh palm fruit to get the palm kernel and crude palm oil. So I will start with the palm kernel first. This palm kernel is crushing to get the palm kernel meal and crude palm kernel oil. This palm kernel meal will be to the shipment to do animals feed. So it will only send for the shipment, and the crude palm kernel oil will be sold to the FGB trading. Next, crude palm oil. we buy the crude palm oil from the mill. There are various of mill at Terengganu, Kelantan, and Pahang. So from the crude palm oil, Wilma will refine and it to process the refined bleach deodorization palm oil. And actually this is two types of things that after refined they will get two types of things, which is RBD palm oil and fatty acid. Fatty acid is used as the animal's feed too and will be due to the shipment. So after for the RBD palm oil, it can be processed more to get the palm oil and palm stearin. Okay, this palm oil is used as our cooking oil. Okay, for the palm stearin, it will be used as the measuring, shortening, and etc. Next, I will show the base at the Wilma Quantum Edibles Oil for their dispatch and receiving the crude palm oil and palm kernel. This, for the first, is flexi-bag or ISO tank is for dispatch the CPKO, which is crude palm kernel oil. This is the bay for the flexi-bag and ISO tank. This is only the bay that can dispatch the crude palm kernel oil to send to the FGV trading. Next, 1 to 7 receiving CPO. So 1 and 2 is used as the bay for the sample, to take a sample for the kernel. And 3 to 7, I only can snap the picture half because it is their privacy to not take all the picture. So for the next 3 to 7, it will receive the CPO, and then they have a bay which is named A and B to dispatch an oil or, uh, or, or, or any oil like cooking oil, and BC for steering in RPO. RPO is stand for refined palm oil. Steering is that we use as measuring and shortening. And the cost is stand for the subsidy oil, which is the oil in packet, and E is for the fatty acid. Okay, next is scope of exposure. The things that I do is do the weighing process at the weigh bridge for the receiving and dispatch the oil. Okay, all the tanker that arrive in Wilma Kuantan need to meet the security to make a gate pass. So when they have to the gate pass, and then they can do the weighing process and loading their product. And then the driver, after the product is loading and they need to do the second weigh bridge, they need to do the second weigh, and the driver need to pass the supplier delivery order and weigh bridge ticket. And when the after the second weighing, the weigh bridge ticket will be reprinted from tankers for the tankers that are released with the weight variance. And then the operation department need to retain the original copies of uh, delivery supply order and the web bridge ticket. Okay. Next, I joined the talk about feed, food safety, halal, and kosher trading. For information, Wilma Kuantan is in process to get the food safety certificate, but for the feed and and halal certificate. They already got it. And next is do the report for receiving crude palm oil. So every lorry, after do the second weighing, the operation department needs to key in the ticket in the Excel. So they need to key in the uh, tank number, with vehicle number, time go in and go out, and the weight supplier and weight from Wilmar Kuantan. Next, I visit the plant and KCP. Plant is the place where is the oil is produced, and KCP is a place where the palm kernel is loading. So for the production of crude palm kernel oil and palm kernel expeller is at KCP, and for the refined palm oil, refined palm refined palm stearin, fatty acid, and refined palm oil. Okay, they do this. The production is at the plant. So next is the in the morning stock. This morning stock is to know the level of the tank for every day. The DP will be due for the DP will do by the oil pay staff, and they will pass the report to the production department and operation department to the morning stock. Next, contribution to company. I do the filing for in purpose to easier them to find the document for the next audit, because last week there is an audit and I search the old document. um, they need to search the document for 2020, 2021, and early month of 2022. So the all the document did not separate in their uh, in the different things. So they need to search for a long time. Next is help the staff in the department to do any task or report. Since the staff in Wilma Kuantan for the operation department in office is only three staff. So whenever one of the staff take a leave, so only one of the staff needs to handle and cover all. So I will help the staff in the department to do any task or report. Okay, next suggestion for improvement. Um, Next suggestion for improvement. So the suggestion for improvement is that I suggest to communicate effectively and give each other feedback. So give each other feedback is to indicate our performance to be more efficiently. And next is communicate effectively is because last week there is an issue where the operation department in office and the dispatch bay, which is still in operation department but in the bay, have a miscommunication where actually uh, they need to dispatch the oil for 16 tons only, but um, the dispatch bay had to dispatch 19 tons. So it will be more time to throw the oil away to get the 16 tons. So it will take more time too. Next, for the challenge of task execution is first tank readiness, and second is indicator problem. For the tank readiness, it is about the when the lorry want to dispatch the oil, and then they have the lab confirm that or that the tank uh, cannot out cannot go out, so the oil cannot go out because there are a problem, which is like moisture, the highest moisture, or there are the oil have cloudy, so they cannot simply make the oil go out. So it can make the driver to waiting for a long time. Okay, next is indicator problem. Indicator problem is because maybe it is because of rainy, um, or it is not do the maintenance uh, accordingly. So when the indicator problem, so it will be the problem for the operation and the driver also. So if the one indicator problem, the only one that is can use, so it will be take a long time because uh, that's indicator needs to uh, for the lorry go out and go in, because at the Wilma Quantan there are two-way bridge, which is way bridge A and way bridge B. If the indicator for way bridge B is problem, so they need to handle the lorry for the go in and go out, um, for the go in and go out. So every lorry which go in and go out need to use the beverage A only. Okay, next, add value in student knowledge. First one is brave, brave to make a decision. So this is a must, because in operation department they need to have brave to take a risk, or brave to take any action. So like driver, no no, like security will ask if there is any place or any empty place for the driver to go in, and then we need to answer confidently yes or no. So we need to just make our decision. Next is excellent. So they are very excellent in performance in everything. So they they all strive for excellent performance in everything. So next, teamwork. Teamwork, they work as one team to achieve the corporate goals. Even though sometimes they have a miscommunication, or maybe like that, but they still work as one team to achieve the corporate goals. And then lastly is safety. Um, apa, lastly is safety. So everyone and the safety department uh, will pay careful consideration to the health of and safety of the employees at the workplace. Okay, so at the next slide is the picture of the um, of the Wilma Quantan. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.